bad, is it?
No, no, you're perfectly fine right there. All righty, guys. Welcome to the show. It's a Sunday fun day, and it's the Keith Leal Radio Show. Houston's Tejano Hits, our YouTube channel as well. We are live, and for the very first time on our, he's been on the radio station before many times throughout the year and last year as well. David Leal Rodriquez. Again, we're talking about Latin Grammy 2019 Latin Grammy award nominee, y
Yes, sir.
también also you've got a lot of stuff under your belt. You know what I mean. We're talking about Hacienda recording artist as well. That's joining us here today, David Leal Rodriguez. Before we get started and get everything rolling, you got a good tune that's out right now. But before we get all that out and get it to our listeners, let's talk about David Leal Rodriguez. What's been happening with you, and tell everybody where you're from and what you got going on right now.
I just eat the okay. Yeah, I'm from good old Hereford, Texas, good old Cowtown up by Amarillo, in between
Mhm.
Amarillo and Lubbock. That's my hometown, and that's where I base myself out of. The band, of course, the band is kind of a mixture of golly, Hereford, Lubbock, San Angelo, Midland, San Antonio, kind of all the way around. But
Mhm.
we base ourselves out of the Lubbock, Hereford area. And
Okay.
man, we got a bunch of stuff going on right now.
I
We
know.
got, of course, just the release of the new single.
Mhm.
Uh, lo and behold, I didn't realize the CD was out. So,
Yes.
so now we're going to start pushing that. And we got some gigs coming up. Next week, we'll be in San Antonio for the Alamo Company, Alamo Candy Company, doing
Okay.
like an appreciation show for those guys for
Awesome.
everything they've done for K Alamo. So,
Right,
uh,
definitely.
and then golly, we got just a lot of stuff under the books, a lot of bookings that are starting to come through. A lot of the Jamaicans are coming in for the summer. So things
Yes.
are looking good so far. So
It's that
take care
time
of
of the
you.
year. It is definitely
Yes,
that time of the year for the festivals. So that's a
yes,
good thing
sir.
right there. Um, Again, going back to your current single right now, you released a country song.
Yeah.
It's not like it hasn't been done before, but this is something that you've it's different. You took this one in a totally different way about it because tell everybody a little bit about the song before we get into all that. I
Absolutely.
know you had something that was behind there. You did mention to me recently about the song. That there was something behind the story. There was a story behind the song, or
The-
someone helped. Would your son help you co-write that?
my
There you
son,
go.
yes, sir. Yeah, I like to tell people, it's a true story. I like to tell people that, it's something that actually happened that prompted me and my son to write it. And we're going to the Lowe's, and I forgot how we got into the subject, but it was about everything that was going on at that time. And then he comes out with, "My lonely days are gone, Dad, since I started drinking." And he's in high school, so I just
Right.
looked at him. But
Like
then at
what?
the same time, it snapped. I said, "What did you just say, son?" And he looks at me. I said, "You're not in trouble. Just say it again." He goes, "My lonely days are gone." And then he looked at me, and he just sang the medley. He goes, "My lonely days are gone because I started drinking."
Uh-huh.
I was like, pulled over right away, wrote
Wrote
it
it
down. I
down.
said, "Son, we got a hit." And we just, within a matter of minutes, we wrote it all down. And, and from there, it took off. But I tell people, yeah, it's a true story. And then I say, and if it isn't, it ought to be.
Right, definitely. Yes, and then that's the one single that you have out right now. Your album that going back to you had mentioned earlier, but the album was released and you weren't you were just you like surprised it was released and whatnot. It's on all digital platforms. It is available to stream and download, and you've got 10 great jams on there and 10 great songs.
Thank you.
You've got Como Vivir Sin Ti, which features Shirley Lanes, correct?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Dámelo también also featuring Rebecca Valadez. I mean, those are two greats in the industry. We know Shelly Ladas has got a lot going on with her label and stuff like that right now. But I mean,
Mhm.
to have them participate with you and your album is it's awesome.
Right, it was an honor. We're working on Como Vivir Sin Ti. Uh, I was asked by the family of Ernestine Romero
Mm-hmm.
to pick up the award that her and Shelly Lattes won together. So Shelly Lattes went to bring it to me over at the studio, and at that point, Gilbert looks at her and says, "Hey, I want you to hear this song."
Uh-huh.
And she heard it, and she just, she loved it. And Gilbert asked her, "Would you like to go ahead and sing with us on that song?" And she said, "Yeah. What are the words? Let's do it now." And I mean, without even knowing the song, she nailed it. I mean,
Nailed it.
she's such a pro, such a Tejano icon, man. I was
Yes.
floored to have her on the CD. And lo mismo with Rebecca Valadez, that song that we did is a Juanes cover.
Mm-hmm.
And but I wanted to do it reggaeton style because Juanes had it, all rock and everything, which was great. I loved it that way, but I wanted to try a different way. So we did it reggaeton style. And same thing with Gilbert Esther. Hey, what do you think? You want to get on this? And I was, man, it floored me again. To have Rebecca Valadez on one of my tunes. I was like,
Yeah.
no, hombre, it doesn't get any better than
It
that.
doesn't get any better than that. Yeah.
And then talking, as we go about the CD, I wanted to do pay tribute kind of to my dad and my mom,
Mm-hmm.
and do an old Little Joe song because that's their favorite. And, of course, Dad's played with Little Joe back in the day, and my mom's family, Los Perales, they were somewhat intertwined with Little Joe's family back in the days when they used to do migrant work. So my uncle's band and my dad playing with my uncle's band and whatnot, they were all together intertwined with Little Joe and whatnot. So I wanted to do Que Culpa Tengo.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Gilbert looked at me and said, "You know what? Let's do this one as a duet with Chente." No, hombre, I fell on the floor. I was like, man, it does not get any better than this,
You were like a kid in a candy store, huh?
I was, man. I was like, what else what other surprises is Gilbert gonna do?
I know that was outstanding. So you got a lot of people participating on the album. The album is currently out to download and stream. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there watching, please share the video as well. If you're out there tuned in watching right now, again, if you're just joining us, we're talking with Mr. David Leal Rodriquez. He's got a New Countries tune out. The entire album is already out as well, and we're going to share that tune here with everybody here in just a few more minutes. Do you have any plans on doing a video for the country song?
We do. I talked to, of course, Hacienda about it, but I think it's one of those things that me and Gilbert are going to kind of just plan. We do have some great ideas for the video. What I like about this song is, of course, a lot of Tejano bands, they do some great country music. But this one, I wanted more of a Texas country feel, like kind of more of the raw. I'm not a great singer, and I'll admit that from day one. I'm not a great singer, so I wanted to just do a song that I can just, kind of get out.
Get out, right? Yeah.
And so we went the raw way, man. We did a Texas country, just raw jamming, and got the crowd participation at the end of the song. And again, I find it very special because me and my son wrote it.
Correct.
So
Awesome.
to me, it doesn't get any better than that, man.
Yeah. It's special, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then for you to actually come out and follow it up with a video too is going to make it even better. You know what
I
mean?
think so.
Because it was something that you guys did and you did together, and
Yes.
again, it doesn't get any better than that. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
awesome. It's a great feeling. I'm sure that you're proud of that. And then like you said, you just pulled over on the side of the road and just wrote it down. I mean, a lot of people do that. A lot of people think that they can. I mean, I hear that from a lot of people who do the songwriting. That once they get something in their mind, that they have to stop what they're doing and write it down. If not, it'll
Right
slip
there.
and lose it right then and there. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
you have to write that down.
Yep.
Amazing. So My Lonely Days Are Gone, which is the song right now. I'm going to play that for everyone out there that's got us tuned in here, and we're going to be back here with some more David Leal Rodriquez here in just a bit. So you guys that are tuned in right now, this is the new song right here that's out, and it's available on all digital platforms. Okay, so go out there and stream it right now. Add it to your playlist, okay? Add it to your playlist. It's all available on all digital outlets. Here we go with it right now. My Lonely Days Are Gone. New music from David Leal Rodriquez and 411.
Everything
something was packed away. Yeah, she left me again. This time, oh, she ain't coming back, boys. But this time I made a vow not to sit here, cry, nor howl. I'm gonna have me a beer and drink away my tears, yeah. My lonely days are gone, 'cause I started drinking. I'm gonna have me a bush tonight. Yeah, that'll make everything alright. I'm gonna hang out with Jack and Jim and the captain again and again. Yeah, my lonely days are gone, 'cause I started drinking. Alright, give her some guitar. Alright, squeeze that box right now. I'm hearing she found somebody new. Well, here's a toast for me and you. I'm gonna finish this glass until she can kiss my lonely days are gone, 'cause I started drinking. I'm gonna have me some bush tonight. Yeah, that'll make everything alright. I'm gonna hang out with Jack and Jim and the captain again and again. Yeah, my lonely days are gone, 'cause I started drinking. Alright, everybody join along now. My lonely days are gone, 'cause I started drinking. I'm gonna have me some bush tonight. Yeah, that'll make everything alright. I'm gonna hang out with Jack and Jim and the captain again and again. Yeah, my lonely days are gone, 'cause I started drinking. Yeah, my lonely days are gone, 'cause I started drinking.
There you have it. My lonely days are gone, Mr. David Lee Rodriquez.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. That is his latest tune right now. It is out and it's available on all digital platforms. Go out there, stream it, add it to your playlist. Search David Lee Rodriquez. He's got plenty of other songs out there. Amor a Primera Vista, which is another one that is out currently on the Tejano side, playing over the airwaves throughout the state of Texas and beyond.
And it's still hitting on your charts, man. I'm
Yes.
really happy about that.
Definitely.
Thank you for promoting it, pushing it, and playing it, man. That means a lot to me, Keith. Thanks a lot.
Hey, no problem. We had a chance to check you out. Like I said, you said you're not a great singer, is what you said. Those were your words, but you can play the hell out of the bass. I can tell you that right now. I mean,
Thanks, man.
I was able to see you live just a couple of weeks, well, about what, less than a month ago or so, a little over 3 weeks ago in San Antonio. You tore it up. First time I've ever seen you perform live. And it was amazing. My brother as well was there, and he enjoyed the entire show. He says, "Man, this guy is awesome." So
Awesome.
he
Appreciate
enjoyed his
that.
performance, man. So it's props to you and your team. Your good, your band. You got a great band behind you as well.
Man, those guys are phenomenal. Like I always tell everybody, I'm nothing without those guys, man. So I feel like I'm part of 411. I'm proud to be their bass player and the singer. It's an honor of working with these cats. They're all seasoned. Danny's written my accordion player has written songs like for everybody. David Lee Farias for me, David Farias for me, David Lee Garza, Isabel Marie. He's not only written songs for them but played with all these guys. Rodeo. Isabel Marie, David Farias, and you name it, he played with them. Art Tejerina, and then like my drummer too. He's a big time jazzer. He's a band director, and he's my brother. But you know,
Uh-huh.
he's played with he sat in with La Fiebre, with Oxígeno, Joe Posada, a bunch of people. You know, he sat in and played with a bunch of these guys.
Yeah.
And then my guitar player Jesse, nombre, everybody in the world knows Jesse. He's played with Diferencia, Texas Latino, Rodeo, Joe Posada, Latin Breed. He's played with all the biggies, man, and recorded with all these guys too. Yes, and then we just got back our keyboard player Evan, and he's played with a bunch of big guys too, with Casey Zavala and a bunch of good big names,
Okay.
man. So
Yeah.
they're all seasoned, and so I'm honored to be playing with these guys, man. You know.
Wonderful, wonderful, outstanding. We got some. We're going to get to some of the comments that we've got here
Oh,
on
cool.
there. So it's Irene Mendoza from Glendale, Arizona, who's
Ooh,
watching
hey,
as well.
Irene.
Let's see here. We got another one here. We got let's see Josie Zamora. She's
Hey,
tuned in as
Josie, how are
well.
you?
Yes, and it says, like she says here, it doesn't get any better than Texas country feel. You know.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I really
That's
do.
awesome. That's awesome. That's
And thank
awesome.
you everybody for tuning in. You know, it's an honor to have people tune in and to listen. You know, it's great.
Yep. With that, here we got an awesome love it, love my country. Whoop whoop right there. That is Marie, and we got
Thank you, Marie.
Bobby Cricket. Now that's good country. He
Hey,
says right
Bobby,
there.
that's a phenomenal musician right there. Thank you for
Yes,
tuning in, Bobby. Appreciate you, man.
definitely, definitely gonna get. I was actually met her. He crossed my mind earlier this today, and I got to get this guy on the show again. You
You
know what
got
I
to.
mean?
And everybody tune in when he's on because he's an amazing musician.
He's
Good friend of mine.
outstanding. Very, very outstanding right there. It says it makes him want to drink a beer.
Thank you. That's what
Great,
I.
great stuff right there. Fort Worth,
Awesome.
Texas, also up in here. Let's see, it's there. Patricia. So it's much love from
Hey,
Fort Worth.
awesome. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you for Fort Worth. Sweet.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Olivia Jimenez is watching as well. Hello,
Thank you,
Keith and
Olivia.
David. Thank you, Olivia, for listening and watching. So you guys got any questions for David? He'd be more than happy to answer a few of those
Ab-
for you here. So just drop
Absolutely.
them in the comments box, and we'll get to those here shortly. Um,
Absolutely.
Going back to 2019, David, when you guys were nominated, for a Grammy that year. I mean, how did you feel at that particular moment when you broke the news?
Man, I tell you what, I was at work, and I'm a contract nurse,
Uh huh.
and
Yes.
at that time I was contracted at a school, and I was getting things ready for the day, and that's the Jorge Mariquin. I used to be with B&B Music Group back 2019, and Jorge Mariquin, the CEO of the company, gives me a call. I see him on the phone. I thought, man, it's a little early for him to be calling. I think I better answer this thing. I said, hello, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh no, getting ready for work, getting all my nursing stuff together and whatnot. And he goes, are you sitting down? I said, I can be. So I just sat down, and he said, have you got logged on Facebook, logged on any news? I said, no, I haven't. I haven't logged on. And he says, okay. He goes, well, I'm about to tell you something. And at this point, I've been asking and asking him, man, get me on the Tejano Music Awards. I want to perform. I want my band to perform. So in my mind, I'm thinking, all right, we got a spot on the awards. And then he says, hey, your CD has been nominated. And he gets quiet. He goes, for a Latin Grammy. No, but I lost it. I was
Lost it.
like a little kid crying, man. I just looked up. I said, thank you. And I just started crying. Because, all my life, my dad and my mom, they always made it a big deal of any music show comes on TV.
Mhm.
Whether it be from Lawrence Welk to the Grammy to, something with Hee Haw or
Mhm.
the Country Association or Jazz Association, the Tejano Awards when they used to come on TV también,
Mhm.
they made the biggest deal. We would all sit down as a family. Mom would make popcorn or hot dogs, and we would watch,
Watch.
the awards. And I remember being a kid thinking, I want one of those little Grammys. I was just a little kid thinking that. And
Right.
that's for Jorge to say, "Hey, you're nominated for Latin Grammy." Hombre. I mean, that's every musician's dream.
Right.
That's the biggest musical achievement that you can get. And being nominated, I felt like I won. Just being nominated, I felt like a winner.
Yeah.
Yes, this. So it was, and after that, I called my dad, and then I remember hearing my mom and dad's voice also. They cracked, it cracked. Their voices cracking. They're saying, "Mijo, I can't believe it! Congratulations!" And hearing the emotion through through my
Yeah.
parents, I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey!" And then I called my brother, and then I called the band, and from there, it just I'm still on cloud nine. I look at the little medallion. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I was there. I was
Yeah.
nominated. It's a big
Outstanding.
deal. So,
Yes, definitely, definitely for a lot of artists. And like I said, a lot of them just being nominated is enough for a lot of people out there.
yeah,
Of course,
exactly.
of course, if you win, it's going to be a bigger and better thing. But just
Yeah.
being nominated for something like that is just you've accomplished a lot. Basically your music is there. You know what I mean? That's just wonderful.
hmm
You
And
know.
I've been at this for a long time. With my dad. He started me off when I was 13, playing in a band with my brother and with Jesse Moya, which is they're in my band now. So
Yeah.
it's like we made a full circle again. But I've been playing for quite a long time. We had a band called Algo Simple. We were under the direction of Gilbert Velasquez in the studio back in the '90s with him, and that's how all this got started. Was with we recorded with Algo Simple back in '93 at SAS. We were gonna get signed with SAS, and then that's when the company kind of went under. And then later on down the line, we got signed with Hacienda, the original Hacienda record group. And then after that, we kind of took a break, from Tejano. Me and my ex, we moved to Nashville. We did the Nashville scene over there for a little while with
Hmm.
Michael Martin Murphy and David Cole and all these guys. And then came back, and then things have it. We went our own ways, and I started playing music, just kind of being a freelancer. I would play here in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, everywhere. Anybody needed a bass player, I would kind of follow the circuit.
Yes.
And then I joined up with Ernestine Romero for about 5 years. I was her bass player. And then at that time, in 2018, that's when Gilbert called me. Out of the blue, I get a phone call from Gilbert Velasquez. He says, "Hey, one of the songs that we recorded back in '93 is hitting in the internet." And I thought, what? He goes, "Yeah, you recorded Vas a Llorar, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Dude, it's hitting. We got to follow up." Follow up? Holy moly! From that point, it just he said, "Send me 4 songs. We'll start on 4 songs." He did 4 songs, and then I didn't realize that they were going to release one under B&B, but they released my cumbia, or a song written by Kike, oh gosh, Gallegos, Enrique
Hmm.
Gallegos, and he's from the Monterey Project, and
Right. Okay.
he wrote Hasta Mañana, and we released it, and it did well. So then I got signed on to B&B, and so having my first debut CD get nominated for a Grammy, Latin Grammy, that's a
That's
dream, man. That's
yeah. Very, very
so
big dream.
yeah. So
Wow.
that's how it started.
That's how it all started for us. The David Leal Rodriguez people, if you're watching, if you're just tuning in, share the video as well. I'm going to pop this up on the screen right. That way, some people can get a feel for the album. They can get to check it out. It's available on all digital platforms now, right? So let's go out there and
Yes.
get it. Hacienda International Recording Artist. That's the Velasquez Music. Another great guy. It's the Gilbert Velasquez, one of the best in the biz. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Go out there and get this album, okay? It's available on all streaming platforms. Add it to your playlist. David Lee Rodriguez.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. And and now with the CD being out and whatnot, I've been
Yeah.
of course we're looking actually for a management team right now. We've spoken
Okay.
to a few, but we're looking for that right one. The
Yes.
right one just to take us to that next level.
Hmm.
And so we're working with that. In the meantime, I'm also doing some studio work for Gilbert.
Okay.
I just got back from San Antonio. I did some bass tracks for Latin Breed. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, the new Latin Breed that's out, the Sientes Igual, I did the bass track on that.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
yeah,
Wow.
so it feels
Yeah.
great to hear that. I'm like, hey, all right. And it's on your countdown, like, all right, man, 2 songs.
I
And
was
it's,
going to ask you about that. Yeah, I heard, you posted not too long ago. You were heading out to the studio about 5 days ago, and I was like, okay, I'm going to ask. I don't know. I know he just released the album. I said, but I'm not sure what he's working on. But let's get to touch bases on that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was cool. You're
yeah, it's
doing
cool.
some side work. Cool.
We're doing
Yeah.
some side for Latin Breed, Joe Posada, David Mares. I did some
Okay.
for Alberto and gosh, several, a lot of different artists that Gilbert just sends it to me. Let's do it. But now we're actually already talking about the new CD.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're going to start working on our third CD, and see where it goes from there. We're not sure
Yeah.
what direction we're going to take it, but we know, of course, definitely it's going to have all Tejano. Uh, we're going to have another. I have another Texas country song ready to go, and so See where it goes.
Yeah,
Never
just,
know.
and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? We play it, at the Hunter radio. I mean, there's some that do, some that don't. I
Yeah.
mean, we had this conversation, I think, in the past as well. That there are
Hmm.
certain stations that will pick up on it, and there's certain stations that won't. Whether
Right.
it's probably a local radio station or whatnot. There's some that are programmed through
Right.
their company. You know what I mean?
Right.
They have a program director that really can't put his hands on anything. So
Exactly.
it's like, why is he even there? Have him clean the restroom, do something. You know what I mean? But not
Exactly.
to go out there and just sit around and take the music and not put it into play because it's being programmed by someone else. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
not just at that station, probably a handful of ones that they have. So, but
You
yeah,
know, ran into that quite a bit.
oh yeah,
It's so it's hard. I'm not sure what I need to do to get into the circle, but I'm doing my best and doing my
yeah.
best what I can, and
Just
and I'm going to continue doing what I can. So
keep definitely doing what you can to try to break that barrier. You know what I mean? And not just
exactly,
you. There's a lot of artists out there that
a
struggle
lot of
to
artists.
get their music over the airwaves. So
Hmm.
there's local radio, and hey, then there's internet radio. So
Yes, exactly, and that's why
yeah,
I praise you guys, and you're able to take it way further around the
yeah,
world, man. And
yeah.
you've taken Tejano around the world, and that's a blessing, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that definitely. Yeah, we do it, and we do it because we love the music. It's in our blood. You
Right,
know what I mean? Grew up around Tejano music.
right.
Again, my father's been in the business
Yes,
45 plus years,
yes.
and counting. Trying to get him to retire. We're not sure if that's going to work well.
Nah.
I doubt it, but anyhow, um, you know. So we're going to keep it running as long as we can keep it running. You know what I
There
mean?
you go.
And pass that on down to our children as well.
Right.
And just keep it going. So.
Absolutely. Got to.
Again, it's the people, if you're listening or you're watching out there, we're talking with David Lee. We got a couple of more comments. Let's see what we got here.
Okay, cool.
Let's see what they got here. We got, let's see here, Gil Gonzalez.
There you
Yes,
go.
over. Yes, watching us from California as well.
Sweet. Kelly.
Great stuff, my brother, from Mr. Joey Fuentes. Says
Thank you,
here.
Joey. Appreciate that.
It's an amazing journey right here. It says here from us, Mr. Bobby Cricket once again. Bobby
It is,
Cricket's
brother.
tuning in. That's right. And let's
Thank
see,
you.
big, what's up, DJ X-Ray from here in Houston, Texas.
Oh,
That's
that's
right. It's
awesome.
TejanoLive.com, another
Awesome.
internet station that's here in town. And Josie has another one here. Was that David Rodriguez singing that country song? Yes, yes,
Yes, it was.
it sure was. Definitely, definitely. Go out there and add it to your playlist, Josie. Yeah, if you have a streaming platform, I truly loved it. She says here. Awesome,
Thank
good
you,
deal.
Josie. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you.
So
Thank
go
you.
out there
Thank
and
you.
add it while you can. It's available to stream on your favorite platform out there. Any social media sites, David? If anyone wanted to follow you or get a hold of you for bookings or anything like that, where would they
Absolutely.
contact you at?
Absolutely. Just the best one is Facebook or Messenger. Y'all got just shoot me a message, and I always respond right away. If not, I'll give up my number también. It's 806-853-4984. You can call me anytime. Shoot me a text. That's the best way because I'm a nurse, and sometimes I'm with patients and stuff. But once I
Right,
take a
right.
little break, I'll look at it and then I'll answer right back. So
Awesome.
yeah, and
Yeah,
then I
no.
got Twitter and get my son takes care of that the TikTok and all that. So
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it's hard it's hard to keep up with all the platforms
it
that are out
is.
there. You know what I mean? It's definitely
Yep.
hard to juggle quite a few of them. We have quite a few of them that we have, and it's
Yep.
just it can be mind bending and tough. Sometimes you just got to set it all down and just leave it alone for a while because
Right.
it can get crazy.
Oh, and I also want to give a big shout out to my new sponsors, or I'm
Sure.
endorsed by Ginsler Amplification.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm like,
Congratulations.
wow, thank you. I mean, that's like a blessing. So
Yeah.
soon on their website, you'll see my picture with the amplifier and whatnot, and have my bio and all that good
Nice.
stuff. And I'm really proud that I've noticed all the artists. Of course, they have a lot of Latin artists, that play with J Lo, Mark Anthony, and Cristina Aguilera, and all these big, huge artists,
Hmm.
and a lot of jazz bass players, a lot of big, big rock bass players, and I'm the only Tejano on there. Like, sweet,
Hey, but
man.
that's awesome. That is awesome. It's a great feeling, man.
Yeah, it's a
Awesome.
wonderful
Congrats.
feeling. So yeah,
Definitely,
everywhere I
definitely.
play, I'll be with my Ginsler amplifier. So
Yeah, cool. That'll work,
yes,
man.
sir.
You got to send us the little bio when you got that when it comes
Okay,
out, the picture and all that. Just send it to us here. We'll get it up on the website and all that and share
awesome.
it for
Thank you.
everybody.
Definitely will do that.
So, what's next for David Lee? Rodriguez? What are your
Yeah,
plans?
the
I
plans,
know.
of course, we hopefully will do a video for My Lonely Days Are Gone.
Okay.
And hopefully we're gonna try to push. I think this is a great CD, and I'm
Hmm.
a little. I wish it had more pushing. I wish we can. I want a CD release party sometime. I'll
Yeah.
probably make my own.
Exactly. Yes.
Either Lubbock or San Antonio or somewhere. I'd like to go to Houston. I really, really. I got a lot of fans from Houston that
Yes.
they'll shoot me messages and whatnot and how much they like the
Hmm.
music, and I got family in Houston, so it'd be nice to go
To go up
hit
there and
Houston. Yeah,
yeah,
and that's
definitely.
there. But yeah, hopefully soon we'll have a CD release party. I'm hoping get some hard copies that way we can sell there at the shows.
Sure.
Um, we're of course looking for a booking agent, a
Hmm.
management company to take us to that next level. We're doing a lot of private events, which I love the private events.
Yeah.
But I want to get out more out to the public.
Hmm.
Yes, once we get the video out and promote that, and then you'll start working on the new city already. See,
Awesome.
we'll probably take a different avenue and see where we go. Man, wherever God leads us, that's where we're going.
That's where you're going. Wonderful,
Yes,
wonderful, wonderful. It was a pleasure to have you on the show today, David. As always, you know what I mean. You've
thank
been
you.
on my show, on the radio show, many times,
Yes,
and it's always an honor to have you on there to share, your music, your new music with us, your story and whatnot, and what you've
thank
got
you.
going on. Again, recap on the performances that you have up and coming, so that way, if anybody's has got us tuned in out there, they can check out where you're going to be
Yeah,
at.
absolutely. We'll be next week in San Antonio at the Alamo Candy Company
Okay.
over on Hildebrand, I believe is where it's going to be. We'll be from 12 to 3, so it's an early show, 12 to 3. And then we got to drive back because we got a show in Lubbock that night. So
Oh
we're
wow.
hauling back, and then that one's a private show. And then for the Cinco de Mayo weekend, we have another private show. But the following weekend, I believe we are in Olton, Texas, I believe. A little town, but they're the Jamaicans, so we're gonna start doing the Jamaicans now.
Yeah.
And then we'll be in San Angelo a couple of weeks after that. I don't have. I should have had my calendar in front of me, but
It's all right. They can still look you up. They can look you up and message you and whatnot too as
absolutely,
well. And
absolutely,
if there's going to be anything close in their area or whatnot, or
yes,
some dates for the month or whatnot, then yeah, definitely.
absolutely.
Cool,
But yeah,
cool.
please, request my music on all your favorite Tejano stations here on Houston's Tejano Hits. Keith, you've been awesome with us, man. You've been, I
Appreciate
really
that.
appreciate all the support that you give. You and your dad are amazing people, man, and it's an honor to know y'all guys and to be able to call you friend.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
thank you for all the support. And next time the beer's on me.
That'll work. Before we go, once again, people out there, check this out. That's the album cover right there. You will find it available on all digital outlets. Go out there and grab it. David Lee Rodriguez, new album is out to stream and download to your favorite list. Okay, so go out there and grab it today, people. That's right. David Lee,
Awesome.
again, we appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to join us here on this Sunday.
Thank
As
you.
always, you're welcome back anytime. The door is always open. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything you do for the music, for the business. You know what I mean? You go out there and you play your bass. You know what I mean? You do your thing.
Thank you, brother.
Making music for us to play here at the radio station is another thing. You know what I mean? Continue to do what you do, brother.
I appreciate that a lot. And again, shout out to my band, my
Yes.
family, everybody. And this my dad who's here with me. He's listening.
Awesome.
And just thank y'all so much, everybody, for your support. The fans, man, can't do it without you guys. And again, we can't do it without you, Keith. All the DJs, terrestrial and
Definitely.
internet. Keith, thank you
Yes.
for what you do, man. I really, really appreciate you. And we'll see you again here on the road.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much, David. We'll talk to you very soon. All right.
You got it. God bless you.